Hi guys, in this class we will learn about echo versus print in PHP. I will show you a difference between echo method and print method that is used in PHP. So first of all, echo. It is used as output data. This is an output function. If you want to display anything to user, we use a echo method. For example, echo and display anything to user. You can also use here any variable that will display variable value. So another is this is a first one method. So another point is that it can take multiple statement. You can put a comma and provide another line of code that will display. So another is a no return value. When you echo for example 2 plus 2 and assign that value to any variable, so you will get a error. On the other hand, print method, it is also used as output data. For example, print hello world. This hello world will display to user. This is the slowest method. This is slow method than echo. Another is it cannot take multiple statement. When you put a comma and provide another, for example, a string like this one, you will get a error. So it will return value 1 when you print 2 plus 2 or any other arithmetic expression and assign that value to any variable, so it will get that value. So in this case this R variable will store 4, but in this case it will not store 4 but raise an error because it did not return any value. So in Visual Studio Code I provide different example related to echo and print to clear your concept. In Visual Studio Code, just creating new file, and here I have tried echo versus print.php file, and then copy this basic structure. And then what I have to do, this is a PHP echo versus print method. So for that reason, what I have to do, I have to use a PHP tag. This is a PHP tags. Inside that I can use PHP coding. I can write any PHP functionality. For example, in this case we have to understand about echo and print method. First of all, echo and print anything else to user. For example, Java code, and then open this file in the browser. For that reason, localhost, inside localhost after a slash you have to write your folder name. I know PHP course, my course PHP course, and then inside PHP course there is a folder chapter 1 and there is 2 file. This file is current file, echo versus print. You can see that this Java code is displaying coming from this echo method. When I provide another statement, for example, how are you, free, so it will display this string also. When I refresh, you can see that that is also displaying. You can give a space. I can also use a HTML tag, for example h1 h1, and then open the browser, refresh. You can see that it automatically get a new line because it take a full width of the browser. H1 is a block level of element. So next is a print method. When I use a print method and use any, for example, and open the browser, refresh, it is displaying a, because you need to put a semicolon at the end of statement. When I refresh, Faisal Zamir is displaying, but it did not start from the new line because we are using a print method. For that reason, I have to use echo method. Inside echo double quotation, I have to use a br tag. You can also use a HTML tag inside double quotation. For example, this tag is used to get a line break. When I refresh, I have to use a semicolon. I forget, refresh. You can see that on the new line it is displaying here. So another is a you cannot provide a more statement. For example, Java record, as in this case I used more statement. When I refresh, you can see that you are getting error. When I remove this extra statement, error will be removed because a print method take only one statement. Another is a echo cannot return any value. For example, I want to use a arithmetic operation 34 plus 3 and then store in a variable. We can create a variable using a $sign a, so it should store this value, but when I refresh, you can see that you will get an error because it did not return any value. In that case, when I use a print method, just copy, remove this one, and then use here a print, and when I refresh, you can see that there is no error. Also, it is displaying its result 34 plus 3 37. This is a 37. You can also print this variable using any method. For example, echo and then $sign and a. Value of this a variable will display, that is a 37. When I put a semicolon, error will be removed, and you can see that it is displaying 1. It will display 1 because echo method return false, return 0, but print method return a 1 value. It means that print method return any value, but echo method did not return any value. Echo method is the fastest method and print method is slow method than a echo method. Most of the time we use a echo method in the PHP. So these are different comparison as we discussed in this class. In the next class we will learn more about PHP basics concept.